Hello students, today we come back with the part 3 of chapter motion of class 9th physics. Let's get started. Today we will learn about the acceleration. What is acceleration and how it develops in the body, and that is what we are going to learn today. Before going to explain the acceleration, let's know about this, the velocity and speed. Already we knew that velocity and speed, but today we will see when the velocity and the speed will be equal. When the velocity and speed will be equal, we have seen that there are two different things, velocity and speed. Both of them has the value, but velocity is a vector quantity because it has direction, and speed don't have any direction. Let's see what we can understand. The distance traveled and the displacement are equal with the same direction. What does mean it? If a body has the distance traveled and the displacement are equal, I mean displacement and distance equal means we know that there is a distance traveled always greater than the displacement, and sometimes it may be equal. And when it will be equal, let's see the figure. See, here it is Bayara and here it is Dumuriaganj. Someone is moving from Bayara to Dumuriaganj, okay, and through this way, okay. So you can see through this way these people had moved, but so what is the distance traveled, you know? So this way, if you calculate the length of this way, then you will find the distance traveled. So this is basically distance traveled. But if you see, if you ask the questions, what is the displacement for this path or for this body? What is the displacement for this body? So displacement always is the direct connection between initial point and the final point. So this one is the displacement of this body, direct. If you move direct from the Bayara to Dumuriaganj in a particular direction, then this will be your displacement. Even though you are not moving through this way, but this is your displacement. You have walked through this way, you have walked through this way. So that is doesn't matter which way you had choose to go, but your displacement will be always the shortest distance between the initial point and the final point, because displacement has a direction. So here you can understand that the difference between distance and displacement. So here you can see this is your displacement, isn't it? And this one is your distance traveled. Okay, for this case, you know the velocity means displacement divided by time taken, and the speed will be distance traveled divided by time taken. Since distance traveled is the longer than displacement, so speed will be the greater than the velocity, obviously, isn't it? Because distance traveled is the larger than the displacement or longer than the displacement, so that is what the speed will be the greater than the velocity. But let's see the next case. See, again we have taken the Bayara here and here Dumuriaganj. Okay, and this is the another way between Dumuriaganj and Bayara, which is the shortest distance. I mean, just we have taken a straight line between Bayara and Dumuriaganj, straight line. So your body started moving through this straight line only, unlike previous one. So it has started from Bayara and it ended to the Dumuriaganj, and it traveled through the straight line connected between Bayara and Dumuriaganj. So here you can see this body has traveled through this way. That means the displacement, okay, we will come to displacement later, but the distance travel is the this way only. Okay, so this way, okay, let me say it again. Since this body traveled through this way or this straight line only, so the distance travel would be this one only, and as well as displacement also. So both the displacement and distance travels are equal in a particular direction. So here you can see, if you want to find out the velocity, so displacement by time would be the velocity and the speed will be the distance traveled by the time taken. Since both of them are equal, so the velocity and speed will be also equal, isn't it? Yes. So we have understood that in this case velocity is always the lesser than the speed, because speed has been calculated from the distance traveled and the velocity has been calculated from the displacement. And here you can see the distance travel is the larger than displacement. So that is what, but in this case distance traveled and displacement are the same. So in this case only you will find that the velocity and speed of this body will be equal. Let's move to the next part, next portion. Okay, so now we will understand about the acceleration. What is the acceleration, and which is seen in a moving body. Let's get started. See, we have taken a straight line, and here you can see the upper one will be the velocity and lower one will be the time. I mean, upper one, you mean that the upper marking scale will be the velocity, okay, and lower marking scale will be the time. So let's see how it's work. So let's a object started moving from this point and up to this point, and at this movement of time 1 second, you can see this body has the velocity of 10 meter per second, and next point you can see in 2 second this body has the velocity 15 meter per second. In the next step you can see this body has the velocity of the 12 meter per second. In the next second you can see the 22 meter per second. This is the velocity of this body, and as well as you can see this is the 16 meter per second is the velocity of this body. So you can see the continuously with the time the velocity of this body has been changed. So if a body is moving with a changed velocity, I mean variable velocity, if the velocity has been changed in a moving body, then we will say that this body will be said to have the acceleration. I mean, this is the concept of acceleration. If there is any change of velocity in the body, then this body is said to have acceleration. So when a body will have acceleration, if there is any change of velocity, any change of, maybe velocity may be increasing, maybe decreasing, so then only we will say that this body has acceleration. That is what that is why the velocity of this body is increasing. And one thing I want to say to you, that acceleration is the vector quantity. That is why we will consider always velocity, not the speed. In this case, we will always consider the velocity, not the speed. Did you understand? Because acceleration is also a vector quantity. So let's see, if there is a change of velocity, then only we will say that this body have acceleration. Let's move. The rate of this is the basically definition of acceleration. The rate of change of velocity is called the acceleration. Rate of change of velocity or change of velocity per unit time. Rate of change of velocity, you can say. Otherwise, you can say the change of velocity per unit time is called the acceleration. Okay. Next, let's see what is the expression of acceleration. Change in velocity divided by time interval. I mean, in this time interval, this amount of velocity will be changed. Okay. So let's see the next thing. What is the change of velocity? Change of velocity means the final velocity minus initial velocity. I mean, initially how much velocity do you have, and in the finally how much velocity you have. So we have to take the difference between these two velocity, final velocity and the initial velocity, and divided by time interval, and this is the basically expression for acceleration. Next, move forward and understood about the let us see one more thing, the final velocity and initial velocity. In short, we can write like that: v minus u by t2 minus t1. This t2 minus t1 is the time interval, and v means final velocity and u means initial velocity. Always we denote the final velocity as v and the initial velocity as u. You also have to remember that, and this is the main expression can be written for the acceleration. So let's move in the next part. See here again, a body is moving like that, and it's like that, and the velocity is increasing 10 to 15 meter per second. Velocity is increasing, not a distance. You should careful about this. It is not a distance we are counting. We are counting the velocity of this body, how it is changing. So 15, and this is 20, and this is 25, and this is 30, like that. So if I want to find out the acceleration from this changing of velocity of a body, then how we will find it out? See, acceleration means we know that the final velocity minus initial velocity divided by time interval. So let's consider between 3 seconds to 5 seconds, how much acceleration do the body have. Let's do this calculation. So in between 3 seconds and 5 seconds, you can see the velocity has changes. 30 meter is the final velocity meter per second, and the 20 meter per second is the initial velocity for the time 3 seconds. So final velocity minus initial velocity divided by the time interval. Time interval is 5 3 to 5. So time interval means t2 minus t1. So you can see the total calculation will give us 5. So 5 is the value of the acceleration in between time 3 second to 5 second. But there is a unit of the acceleration, we will see it later. Okay, so this is how we can calculate the acceleration of a body. So let's move forward. So the acceleration we knew about that, the v minus u by t2 minus t1. If you have this problem like that, ki if a object change its velocity from 10 meter per second to 25 meter per second, I mean the velocity of this body has been changed from 10 meter per second to 25 meter per second in 5 seconds. I mean this body has taken 5 seconds to reach the velocity from 10 meter per second to 25 meters per second. Okay, so what would be the acceleration of this body? So acceleration will be like that, ki change of velocity and the time taken, isn't it? So change of velocity minus time taken, 25 minus 10 divided by 5. So change of velocity divided by time interval, and this is the time interval between 10 meter per second to this is the time interval has been taken to reach the velocity of this body from 10 meter per second to 25 meter per second. So the value would be 3 meter per second square. This is the unit, we will explain it later also, and don't worry. And this is the value we can see here, this is 3. We are getting the acceleration. Okay, this 3 is the acceleration of this body. Let's move about the unit of acceleration. Unit of acceleration, here you can see this is the expression for the acceleration, and where we can see if I want to find out the unit of acceleration, then we have to know the unit of velocity and unit of time. We can find out the unit from this expression only. You can see here, if this expression is included velocity and here it is included the time, so we can write like that, the unit of this total acceleration would be like that, ki unit of velocity and this would be the unit of time. So what is the unit of velocity? You know that in SI unit the unit of velocity is meter per second. So that is what we have written, that meter per second, and unit of time is second. So you can rewrite it like that, ki meter by second, this one is the by sign, divided by sign. Okay, so you can write like that, meter by second into, since this is at the denominator of this fraction, s is the denominator, so how it will be, like multiplied by the 1 by s, because this is the s, this one is divided by s. So if we use the multiply sign, then what will be the expression for s? 1 by s. Obviously it will be inverse, isn't it? So the total expression would be like that, ki meter per second square, because at the numerator you can see only meter is there, and the denominator you can see second into second, so second square. So meter per second square will be the unit of acceleration, and or we can write meter second to the power minus 2. You can write like that. Okay, so this is the unit, SI unit of acceleration. Also you can find out like that the CGS unit. In the case of CGS unit, you have to just replace this meter by centimeter. So in CGS unit it will be centimeter per second square. And also another large unit also is there, which is called the kilometer per hour square. Okay, let's move forward again, all about the acceleration, and let's see what happened. You can see here body has started moving, and initially 10 meter per second it has the velocity, and next it has changed to 15 meter per second. Similarly, it has changed 20, 25, and as well as 30, like that it has continuously changing. Okay, so one thing you can see, it's continuously changing, and it's not only changing, it's the velocity of this body is increasing. What is happening? The velocity of this body is increasing. So if anybody has the increasing velocity like that, then like you can see here the acceleration is denoted by a. Okay, so acceleration is equals to v minus u, I mean final velocity minus initial velocity divided by time interval, is equals to how much, if you take between 4 second to 2 second or 2 second to 4 second, so there will be the velocity changed. कितना velocity change हुआ है? You can see here 25 minus 15 meter per second, 25 minus 15 meter per second, and divided by time interval 4 minus 2. So that is what we have written, and the answer is the 5 meter per second square. So here you can see, since this body have the increasing velocity, so the acceleration would be always positive. What would be it? Always positive. That is what we will say, this type of acceleration will be said that positive acceleration. This type of acceleration can be said the positive acceleration. Next, move forward, similar things we will see. You can see here 10 meter per second and velocity of this body, and first second and second, in the 2 second you can see it again 10 meter per second, and again 10 meter per second, again 10 meter per second. So with the time there is no change of velocity, So how can we come to the conclusion that what type of acceleration is there? Is there any acceleration? First of all, we can say there is no acceleration, because earlier we have said that the acceleration, if a body has the changing velocity, if the velocity of the body has changed anyhow, then only we will say this body will have the acceleration. Okay, next you can see the acceleration will be like that. If you consider the time between 2 second to 4 second, the acceleration is velocity is same. So 10 minus 10 and time interval 4 minus 2. So what would be the answer? This one is 0 meter per second square. So 0, acceleration is 0. That is what we are saying. Since there is no change of velocity, so acceleration in this body is 0. So that is what we will say, this type of acceleration will be said that no acceleration. This body have no acceleration. This body has no acceleration. Okay, next let's move forward. Same way, you can see here, first the body has the velocity of 20 meter per second, and next it has decreased to 15 meter per second, next is 10 meter per second, like that it is getting decreased. Okay, 0 meter per second, it is decreased the velocity, it's getting slower and slower. Did you understand? So since it's getting slower and slower, so the acceleration would be like that. If you consider the time between 2 second to 4 second, then the acceleration, this is the acceleration basically. So the velocity at the 4 second, because it is final velocity 5 meter per second, so we have taken it in the previous place, and minus the 15 meter per second. because this one is the initial velocity we have considered. So 5 minus 15, because since this one is the final velocity, so final velocity would be at the first position, okay, and the initial velocity would be at the second position. So 5 minus 15 will give you minus 5 meter per second square. So here you can see this is the minus is added to the value of acceleration. So you can see the velocity of the body is decreasing. That means this body have minus, acceleration, okay. We will say this type of acceleration is a negative acceleration. We can say this type of acceleration is a negative acceleration. If a body is getting, if any object is getting slow, then this body will said to have the negative acceleration. If his body is getting faster and faster, then this body will be said to have the positive acceleration. And if a body has no change of velocity, then we will say this body will be said to have the no acceleration. So I think you understood about the positive acceleration, negative acceleration, as well as the no acceleration or zero acceleration. Let's move the next portion of this chapter, uniform acceleration. We will learn about uniform acceleration, okay. So you can see here this body is moving, and earlier also we have seen this type of things, that if a body is moving at a distance 20 meter in the time 2 seconds, again it's moving 20 meter in 2 seconds, again it's moving 20 meter in 2 seconds, then you can see this type of motion will be said that uniform motion, or the velocity of this body will be said that the uniform velocity. This body will have the uniform velocity. So in this case, if equal amount of displacement has been taken place in the equal interval of time, equal amount of displacement in equal interval of time, then the velocity of this body will be said that uniform velocity. So that is how we will explain the uniform acceleration also. See here, you can see the velocity of this body is changing 10 meter per second, again 15 meter per second, again 20 and 25. You can see here one thing, the velocity of this body from 10 meter per second to 15 has been changed from 10 meter per second to 15 meter per second. Again it has been changed from 15 meter per second to 20 meter per second. That means the velocity of this body is changing 5 meter per second in 1 second, isn't it? Velocity of this body is changing 5 meter per second in 1 second of interval of time. Here also same things, 15 meter per second to 20 meter per second. That means the velocity of this body has been changed 5 meter per second in 1 second, because the time, this one is time, so time interval would be 1 second only. Time interval would be 1 second. So in 1 second the velocity of this body has been changed 5 meter per second only. And here you can see also same things, 20 meter per second to 25 meter per second in 1 second. That means 5 meter per second, the velocity of this body has been changed 5 meter per second in 1 second only. So you can see here that the equal amount of velocity is changing in equal time interval. So if a body has the velocity and changing equal amount of velocity in equal interval of time, if the equal amount of velocity changes in equal interval of time, you can see here these things only, equal amount of velocity is changing in equal interval of time, then only we will say that this body is in the uniform acceleration. This body is in the uniform acceleration. So next, in the examples of the uniform accelerations are like that. First example, you can see, if a free falling body under gravity, if you just leave a body from a certain height, then it will fall under the gravity, and the acceleration of this body basically I'm sorry, the velocity of this body will be changed continuously and uniformly. So the acceleration of this body would be the uniform acceleration. In the same way, if in a inclined plane, if a body started moving under the gravity, then it is also will said to have the uniform acceleration. Okay, so next one thing we are going to say, you can see here, this is the velocity. Again we are saying that this is velocity and time is changing like that. This is the velocity changing with the time, and 10 meter per second, 15, 25, 32, 45. Okay, so you can see this type of the velocity is changing in this body. So velocity is changing. First of all, the velocity has changed like 15 minus 10, I mean 5 meter per second amount of velocity has been changed in 1 second, and I mean in next 1 second it has been changed like 10 meter per second, because 25 minus 15 it would give the 10 meter per second, and this is the amount of velocity has changed in 1 second. And in same way, in this 1 second, this is the time interval I am saying about. This is 3 second to 4 second, means the time interval between 4 second to 3 second will be 1 second only. And so in this 1 second, the velocity has been changed like 32 meter per second, and from the 25 meter per second. So the amount of velocity is basically 7 meter per second, and in the time interval 1 second only. Similarly here also you can see in 1 second the total amount of velocity has been changed is 45 minus 32, that means 13 meter per second amount of velocity has been changed. So you can see here the velocity has been changed only 5 meter per second, and in this case, in this interval of time, velocity has been changed 10 meter per second, in this case 7 meter per second, in this case 13 meter per second. So all this case you can see in the equal interval of time there is a unequal amount of velocity has been changed. In the equal interval of time there is a unequal velocity has been changed. So this is how we will say that this body will be said to have the non-uniform acceleration. Non-uniform acceleration, we will say that this body have the non-uniform acceleration if only the velocity, the amount of velocity of the body has been changed in the different in the equal amount of in the equal interval of time. So if unequal amount of velocity it changes in the equal interval of time, then only we will say that this body has the non-uniform acceleration. So that's all for the part 3, and thank you. Stay at home, stay safe, be happy. Bye.